expecting to come out of this? I know I asked this at the beginning of next game, but we're already 1 game in now. What are you guys thinking? Is Herc going to come back with 2-1 with a 2-game sweep here? Is Alucard going to take it 2-0? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Svari wants a game 3. Falfon wants a game 3. Serb wants a game 3. Looks like you guys want game 3, so it's looking like you guys want Herc here. So we'll just have to see if it goes anything like the last game where their route was pretty much the same. It's gonna come down to more execution than rather than just randomness of items. But if we do see a divergence in their route, that's where things are really going to get interesting. So we'll just have to wait and see. Morph Ball, our first item here. Let's see what they got coming up in the... Ooh, and both players going to grab the lower item here, too. Maybe they're hoping for a power bomb? They're going to get it. So they're probably going to do the same thing like they did before and head on up to the Billy Mays room. Herc making up a little bit of time on Alucard. Having a cleaner construction zone. We're probably going to see more time made up here if Herc can get this. High jump boots. Nicely done. Got that D-boost first try. Again, he's gaining like a good amount of time on Alu here because Alu just does not even attempt for that Rio D-boost. I'm not even really sure why. There's really no reason to even just to not attempt it. Oh no! He missed it. That's going to cost him some time. He's going to either need to wait for that gamer he's going to probably just reload the room, to be honest, or he's going to wait for that one to go around. It's weird, that first gamer... Oh, God! Herc, please! Oh, my God! Oh, jeez. No, and Herc is just abandoning that plan right quick. He's not going to go back in there. He's not going to risk dying this early in the round. Here comes Alu. Yeah, retreat! Get out of there! Alright, there he goes. Now Alu's got his high jump boots. What an ironic place to have high jump, by the way. Super awesome, though, to have it so early, in my opinion. Alright, Alu's gonna go in there. This jump's not really tricky with high jump, it's just that it's precise. You need to jump at the very... Ah! Please! Oh my god, you need to jump at the very last second. Alu is committing to this. Jumping pretty late there, so he should be good. He's good, he's up. He needs to be very careful not to get hit by those boulders. Those boulders will kill him. And is this going to pay off? Is he going to get like some super early supers or something here to put him up, give him a leg up on Herc right now? He is. Oh, he is. So he's going to have supers before Herc does. So he does wait there. Very good. Sorry, drum man. He almost gave me one too. I know, Sephi. I've learned from the best. I have learned from the best. Herc showing us how quick the climb can be with high jump. Super, super nice, by the way. High jump. Just quality item. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just all good. It's not sarcasm at all. I know it might have been misconstrued. Kind of sounded like it was sarcasm, but it was absolutely not. Spring ball. Well, would you look at that? Two of my most favorite items right in the beginning of the game. Absolutely wonderful. Love it. This is everybody okay if I just call this the Wild Anaconda 69 seed? I'm totally happy with these items so far. Absolutely wonderful. So he turned high jump off for that bridge to make that jump a little bit easier to make. You can make it with high jump, but it's a lot more precise because you hit the ceiling. You need to jump very, very late. Whereas without high jump, you can jump. You have much more leniency for when you jump. And I think I saw somebody say why you didn't have to fight Bomb Chorizo. It's because the Bomb Chorizo fight only initiates if you have bombs in your inventory, which neither of these players do. If you walk in there with bombs, the door will just shut immediately. But if you play the vanilla game, you'll notice the door remains open until you pick up bombs, and then it shuts afterwards. So the game just checks to see if you have bombs, and if yes, it closes the door and initiates the fight. All right, so we might see a deviation here. Herc, with only 5 power bombs, knows that if he goes into Gauntlet, he cannot leave. Potentially. There could be like Screw Attack or something that would allow him to leave, but with only 5 power bombs, he would be unable to get out. But however, Alu can. So we might see some huge payoff here. Now, I'm expecting an E-Tank. This seed has been front-loaded with a lot of items. Herc misses the first missile on the door. Is going to need to kill one of these frogs to get the missiles. And he's getting health. Hopefully he does not... If these frogs continue to give him health, he's going to have to go all the way back up the elevator, dude. He's got one more. Oh, wait, no. He can just go... Okay, there you... Okay, he got one. He's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. He's got 69 energy. Don't worry. It's okay. Now, Alu needs to be very, very careful here with only 0 E-Tanks. 0 E-Tanks. He needs to be very careful not to die, not to get caught in that acid. Now, Alu did save. So if he sees that this is something he doesn't want, like a reserve, a grapple, all right, so he might want to keep that. Getting grapple this early, kind of an interesting omen, you might say. Maybe alluding to a little bit of Suitless Meridia. Only time will tell, however, for these players. And we are seeing the first E-Tank coming out here for Herc. Oh, God! Okay, so Alu deciding not to lay the power bomb, to just wall jump. Very, very good decision-making there on his end. Saw that his power bomb did not break that last block. Or those last blocks on his way, deciding to wall jump instead. Wait there for the acid to go back down, instead of laying the power bomb, falling in the acid, and then trying to get back out. So well done there for him. All right. Going on down to the Edicoon's major item location for Herc. Let's see what we got. Wave. All right. Again, getting wave fairly early here. We're not going to see that gate glitch. And again, Herc deciding not to grab extra minor items. Now, at this point in the game, I'm not really sure I entirely agree with that decision. It's still fairly early on. He has 1 super pack. I do not think that skipping minor item locations at this point is a smart idea. All right, so Herc is going to go in here. He's got to be careful. That big side hopper in here is going to hit him for 80 damage if he does not kill him or take damage from something else first before hitting it. All right, so he does take it out. Does make it through there safely. He's going to need, again, though, got to be careful on his way out. Alu grabbing his Green Brinstar reserve items right now. And a reserve. Herc saying, nope. He's piecing right on out of there. Does not even care about that reserve tank. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a dodge if I've ever seen one. Herc also said, nope, it did not want to get the hit by that side hopper. Using the powerbomb recoil, I am sure, absolutely intentionally, to knock himself over to the supers. That looked cool. That was cool. All right, so let's see. Sometimes those caterpillars just will not get hit, just due to the oscillation of the hitbox of Wave Beam. Alu grabbing Wave, and again, as we're seeing from these players, like both of them are sticking to their to reserve again. Just noping right on out of there. Herc does not even want it. And continuing right on out. Now, all right, now here's the thing, too. So we're seeing both of these players making the same decisions in terms of locations they're checking, items they're picking up. Alucard deciding to go for a few more miter item locations where Herc is deciding to avoid them. Pardon me. Since both of them, again, got speed early, I can assume probably going to be seeing Wreck Ship first again. And Alu going to get his reserve. Ooh, Herc leaving. Oh, okay, so Herc, good decision not to go check X-Ray. Would be pretty difficult for him to do that and then get back alive. However, Alucard has a fairly easy way with that grapple to go check X-Ray. Now, I wonder what Herc's decision was to make him decide not to go up to wreck ship. Is it his health? Maybe he just doesn't have a lot of health and he's not, based on what happened last time with that death. Is that why he's deciding to go down to Norfair? Picking up bombs at Spacer. That's a nice thing to have, especially really early on. Again, like that peace of mind, not having to worry about powerbomb management for the rest of the run. But we're going to see Alucard get trolled by this this reserve tank here as well. We'll see if he decides to pick it up. I think that his grabbing the reserve tanks this early on is a good decision. I know I said, you know, reserves are pretty much useless at any point. Have a very, very small amount of use in item randomizer, but I mean, so early on, it's good for that extra energy to have. And Herc grab an additional super pack there. Nice. Very nice pickup there for him. Gonna go take care of Crate as Alucard. It's coming on, following in his footsteps here. But he might not. We might see Alucard decide to go up to wreck ship. Now that would be interesting. Although Alucard might not feel too comfortable with his health either. And so we might see him go down to Norfair. Alucard saying, I've already got my 15 power bombs. I don't need any more. So he can avoid his whole ice beam fiasco again, like he did last time. Although he's got the power bombs he needs much earlier than he did before. So let's see what Alucard decides to do. He can check X-ray, but he's going up to wreck ship. All right, here we go. Now, let me talk a little bit about the consequences of this. Nice hero shot there, and red tower essentially from Alu as well. Let me talk about this for a minute. I mean, you don't have a choice. You can't tell me not to. Ha ha ha. You have to listen anyway. With the amount of health that Herc has right now, hell runs are going to be hard for him. To pretty much do any of the 3 hell runs to get any of the 3 major items, the Norfair Reserve, Speed Booster, or Wave Beam, like a safe amount of health is like 3 E-Tanks. Like there are some that he could do with just 2. Especially with having speed. But it's not going to be easy. If he picks up another E-Tank along the way here, it'll make it significantly easier for him to do. But it's going to be a little bit tricky. He's going to need to spend a lot of time farming up his health between hell runs. But picking up Space Jump there, that's also going to be really nice. For Space Jump is underrated, I feel like, for making hell runs easier. It definitely helps a lot. But Alucard checking a couple more items here. Picking up just a couple of extra super missile packs, on the way. No, there's another super pack. That's really nice for him to grab. Another good pickup. We'll see what Crate E-Tank has in store for Herc, along with some more power bombs. I'm sure he's going to be farming. Well, he has to, because he's got to kill him. But getting Varia! Ooh, all right. So actually, we're seeing this start to pay off for Herc now. So we might see him. The play from here is going to be check all the items in Norfair and then go into Lower Norfair. And we'll see what he decides to do. And if he can find gravity before he exits Norfair, that's going to be the most optimal route here for him. Then he can go up through Meridia very quickly on his way up, exit in Wreck Ship, and then just go straight to Turian from there. Skip all of the extra Wreck Ship stuff that he probably doesn't need to do, because he'll hopefully be in go mode by the time he reaches Wreck Ship, so he won't need to go through all that extraneous Wreck Ship stuff at the top that just takes a bunch of time. Finding Spazer, deciding not to grab it. I mean, without Plasma, I don't know why you wouldn't, but, you know. Oh, that spark timer, Alu. Wow, barely gets that off. Nicely done, though. Getting across the moat as Herc is going to be checking his other early Norfair Major. Jumped too early, unfortunately. Oh, don't land another power bomb. You have bombs, plus you can shoot that one. You can shoot both of those blocks. Those are not power bomb or bomb blocks, by the way. All right. So we'll see what this item is here for Alucard. Careful of that, Covern. Sorry, Covern. Missile pack. Again, with his 40. Grab it! Oh, dude, Herc! With the plays, dude! The value! The value! Oh man, this is good. This is good for Herc right now. So basically, his play at this point, most optimal route is going to be for him to just you know, whatever he feels comfortable with needing to go check, as far as major item locations are concerned, go down into Lower Norfair, and from there just go into Meridia and then up to Wreck Ship and then straight out. So this is actually the most optimal route that could be taken. We'll just have to see where the other items are that he needs. Meanwhile, Alucard fighting Fantoon. Deciding to just pump him full, only getting 3 missiles in per round. Definitely not the fastest way to take him down, but if you're not comfortable chasing Fantoon around, You just want to get him off screen as fast as possible. Not a bad way to go. Going down on a Crocomire now. Interesting decision here with what he's got. He still doesn't have charge though. Either of these players, but Herc specifically. Excuse me, specifically. Looking for more super packs before he goes down into Norfair is definitely what he's going to want. Herc could be tripped up if charge is somewhere troll. However, Plasma. All right. Well, that's a pretty. Yeah, his skip of Spazer was a good decision there. But grabbing that Plasma though, that's a good thing. And if Alu decides not to go down to Croc again. If he gets everything that he feels like he needs before needing to go to Croc, he's probably not going to end up with Plasma at the end of this. So there are a couple things that could be here in Wreck Ship for Alu that would be really good. You know, Ice would be good. Charge would be good. We still want to see... that's it, actually. As far as things that we... Oh, the reserve! The third reserve! Alright. So yeah, really that's it, actually. It's just Charge and Ice are really the two items that we don't really know where they are at this point. Now, hopefully the fact that he got Grapple so early is not going to be a deciding factor here for Alu deciding to maybe go into Suitless Meridia. And there's the fourth reserve for Herc. So really only worthwhile to be getting... Oh, wait. Is Alu saving before he goes? Okay, he's saving before he goes to get the Wreck Ship energy tank location. Herc going to be... I can assume he's still going to be... He wants to find Charge. He needs to find 2 more super packs, preferably before he goes into Lower Norfair. So he can fight Ridley without having to worry about being, you know, only having the exact amount of ammo that he needs to kill him. Which he still doesn't even have. He'd need another 2 super packs or 4 missile packs. Or some combination therein. Alright. So let's see how Alu does here. What is this? It's Charge! Oh, man! Alright. Okay. Okay. So this is huge. This is huge. This is why. Herc, we know Herc's playstyle. We know he does not pick up a bunch of these items. So he is going to be continuing to check every single major item location basically until the end here. Now, the thing is with Herc, he might decide to check a bunch of the Meridia locations because he's going to hit up Meridia on his way to the Wreck Ship after Lower Norfair, and that could be a huge time sink for him that could allow Alucard to catch back up as he's still looking for Charge, because he's not going to be picking up a ton of these items here. So this is definitely... Oh. All right, Alu's through. This is definitely something that can pay off in Alucard's favor. And that's just assuming, that's only assuming Herc continues to play as he has been, where he has only been picking up the least amount of minor items as he needs. Which is really only going to be maybe 2 more Powerbomb packs and 2 more Super Packs. That's probably all we're going to see here. So Alu's saving again before going into the attic. Not a bad choice. Lots of high damage enemies in here. Herc finding a bunch of E-tanks. which I'm sure he's not super upset about, as you know, Lord Norfair's got a bunch of damage that those enemies can do as well. Tell you who's in the lead? I don't know at this point. Also, Alu not checking the reserve item right now. Missing that powerbomb pack. He doesn't really need it. Checking more. It's hard to tell who's in the lead right now because they've both taken completely different routes, and I don't know what their decisions are going to be. That's why I'm trying to just speak about consequently when they find items in certain places, what that's going to mean for them. So like I said, like Herc right now can move a lot faster than Alu can, with a lot less risk, because he's got more damage mitigation. He's got more damage output, but he needs to still find charge, and he has no idea. We know where charge is. He does not, and he's going to continue to neglect minor items and just search for charge, which he's going to find it in Rek's ship because he has to, unless he changes his playstyle here. But in doing so, he's going to waste a lot of time checking a lot of other locations, namely the ones in Meridia, that Alucard is probably not going to check, because by the time he gets there... Wait, why is Alu not checking the reserve? Did I... Okay, he's going... Okay. Whew! Alright. So, here's the thing. Right now, Herc is entering Lower Norfair with 30, 20, and 5. I think, technically, he does have enough to kill Ridley. Let me just do a little bit of quick math here. And then... He does not. He does not have enough. If he uses all his ammo, all 5 power bombs double hit, and all his ammo, he's going to be 2,000 damage short. Shoot. I just missed what Alucard picked up there. I think it was an E-tank. So that's good. So Alucard's got some health. Herc, on his second to last super missile, makes it through. We're going to see what's yeah, thanks, EA. We're gonna see what's at screw attack now. An E-tank. All right, still picking it up. Still picking up more supers. So Alucard's now good to go on Ridley. So again, Herc is 2,000 damage short of being able to actually take care of Ridley. So he's gonna need. He has to check. He has no choice. He has to check these item locations, the minor item locations, and there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of them in Lower Norfair on the way to Ridley. So if he does not find what he needs, he might be in trouble. Well, actually, wait. He's only 2,000 damage short. So, I mean, if he finds if he just finds like only missile packs, that might be a problem. But if he finds one super pack, and he'll be fine. Herc also, he did get a couple more power bombs there, so he is going to need to make sure he conserves just at least one of them. Or two. I mean, yeah, he needs both of those. He needs to not use these right now. He needs to not do it. Well, he might just go for the fire flea room and farm up power bombs there, which is totally fine. But he's also just taking a bunch of damage. So we'll see what Alucard decides to do. If he wants to go into X-ray, which he might. I mean, there's really not a reason not to. Because he doesn't know where, both power bombs being used. All right, so Alucard is going to go into X-ray, so we are going to see taking like 300 damage in worst room in the game. Herc having a rough time. Now there's just a bunch of lag he's got to deal with. He needs to go up into that Mickey Mouse area and check that item. He's not doing it. Why isn't he doing it? Herc, what are you doing? Oh, I completely... This is not what you should be doing right now. All right, so X-ray, another E-tank. There's only one more minor item. One more. If it's a power bomb or a super, if it's a power bomb, he has literally exactly enough. All 10 power bombs need to hit though, double. All 5 of them, or all 10 of them, have to hit double, and then he has to hit every single other shot. But he found ice, so if he does not get a power bomb, if he gets a missile pack in the, if he gets a missile pack in the Power Bombs of Shame, sorry, I'm like trying to collect my thoughts here. If he gets a missile pack in the Power Bomb of Shame room, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. And it looks like he's going to go up and check these other 2 minor items. This is a good choice. This is a good choice. I agree with this. There are 2 other items, well, 3, if he wants to go as far as the 3 Musketeers room. He knows he doesn't have enough ammo, so he's going to check these. Not going in to check that Lower Norfolk Power Bomb item before. So I don't know if he's going to decide to just go in there or not. He wants a super. That's what he wants. He absolutely wants a super. There it is. Okay. So he's good. So Herc is good. He can kill Ridley now with a little bit of extra. He's got a little bit of extra there. He's going to go get this item anyway. Now, I don't understand why he didn't check it first. Because if it's missiles, there's not really any reason to go in here and get this. But Alucard getting his bombs now. Gonna head on into Kraid. Grab his Varia, grab his Gravity. Left the room a little bit too early there to activate the glass breaking there, but then Herc grabbed an extra missile pack. So he's got enough. He's got enough to kill Ridley. So he'll be fine. I would hope that he saves beforehand. And he's got a lot of farming to do as well before. Please, Melodia. Of course, I understand that. LOL, don't do it! Herc almost used his power bomb. He would have had to go back to, well, okay. Technically, he wouldn't necessarily. He could have gotten a super lucky drop from the Tuskegee, or he could have. There could be power bombs. Power bombs, a shame. But he almost used a power bomb there, which would have been bad. Alright, Alucard going for his quick kill, getting missiles there. So it's a darn good thing Herc decided to go up to the Alcune area, room before 3 Musketeers, to get that super pack. Alucard killing Kraid, grabbing his space jump. Next up is Varia for Alu, then Gravity, and then we'll see what he wants to do. Now, after he gets Varia and Gravity, Alucard will be in go mode. It's just the fact of the matter. Whereas Herc is not. So, even though, theoretically, this route is the fastest that Herc decided to go, it's not quite paying off for him because of the placement of charge, really, and his playstyle. So he's gonna having to do a lot of farming here before Ridley. And here comes Varia for Alu. There it is. I'm sure Alu's very happy to see that. So because of Herc's playstyle and because of the placement of charge, I'm going to go ahead and say that Alucard's got a significant advantage over Herc right now. Now, in terms of ammo, if Herc does not use any power bombs, he's got 5 missiles of leeway on Ridley. He's got 500 extra damage, assuming no power bombs are used. He's only got 2. But he needs to go to farm to full. Like, absolutely, he just has to. And there it is. Gravity for Alu, so he has entered go mode. So we'll see what he decides to do. Maybe he'll continue to collect items to look for a beam upgrade or ice, or maybe he's just gonna go straight to. It's really dependent on, because right now he's got enough to kill Ridley with ammo. So it's really about whether or not he decides to continue to check items is completely determined by his comfortableness, his confidence in his ability to kill Mother Brain with a little bit of ammo and just charge wave. So whether or not he feels like he can do that well will determine whether or not he continues to grab items. So we're seeing Herc play a little bit safe here with the Ridley fight, making sure he's got absolutely clear shots on Ridley before taking any, and just taking a little bit of damage to make sure that he does. Alright, that's 2 missiles he missed. 3, 4! He can only miss 1 more missile, and he's going to have to use some power bombs. He's only got 2. Okay, Ridley, he should be dead. I mean, did he miss more that I didn't see? I mean, he's not going to grab him when the power bombs are going off, so he's just going to have to. Please don't reset. Okay, thank you. Because the power bombs mess with his AI, and he's always going to dodge it and not do anything else, and so it might delay his grabbing. And then, you know, I hoped that Herc wasn't going to assume that he was not dead and then just reset before Ridley's AI decided to go back to normal. So that was good. Good fight there by Herc. Ridley is down, but Alucard, as you can see, has made some significant headway here on Herc. Excuse me. An E-tank for Ridley. Alucard just running right on through these key hunters, does not care one bit. Not even saving. He says, I got this in the bag. We're going to see some high fives from these players here in just a minute in the Wasteland. Probably as they're going through the morph tunnel. Or maybe not. Or maybe. Or as they exit and enter. There it goes. All right. Alucard doesn't have to farm ammo, no, but he probably will just a little bit because supers are just the highest form of DPS on Ridley, especially over. It's going to be 4 charge shots that with just wave for every 1 super missile. So it's probably going to be worth for him to farm just a little bit of it, or at least some health, because he's going to want to be careful here. And he's got grapple for some quick farming too. I mean, X-Factoring Ridley is just one of those things where you either know how to do it or you don't. And if you don't know how to do it and you're attempting it, it's probably going to backfire on you 9 times out of 10. Well, probably 99 times out of 100. I mean, not that much, but still, it's not something that you can just kind of do on the fly. And I know Alucard has not practiced that. He's gonna do one. What? He's doing more! What? I look like an idiot! A schmuck! A pleb! Alu, why you do this to me? Oh my god. Well, either way, he is gonna fight him. Oh, jeez. It doesn't want to take too much damage though, right here from Ridley. So I'm surprised he's not shooting another 3 supers into Ridley. If you leave 15 supers on Ridley, and once you see him change his first color change to like a pale red, not really pinkish, but just like a light red, you know that he is halfway dead, and you can just lay in the last 15 supers, then he's dead. So Alu is going to need to do a couple more charge shots here. As Herc is now going into Meridia, I can only assume. Now, if he decides to go to Wreck Ship now, well, he's trying to go up into the farm area first. Okay, so Ridley should be dead here in a minute. Now, this is actually a good decision by Herc to farm here because he knows he's going to need some ammo to get through Meridia. He doesn't have charge. He needs ammo to kill Batoon. If I were him, I would have actually farmed at least up to like 10 supers and maybe a few more missiles. So it could be safe for Batoon, plus getting the ammo. Wow, barely made it past that fish. Alucard, all of a sudden, not a whole lot of health here. He did not save. He needs to be very, very careful right now. Oh, how many reserves does he have? 3 full? Alu, please. You were a little too risky. Oh, the power bombs are not a good idea right now. It's gonna make Ridley move unpredictably right into you. Please stop with the power bombs, please. Okay, Jesus. Oh my God. All right. Woo. We can breathe. He's gonna get an E-tank right here. He's gonna be fine. Wasn't even worried for a second. Not even worried for a second. Meanwhile, Herc grabbing a couple more missiles there. Or no, that was a super pack? Or was that a missile? Either way, he grabbed... Oh, I think it was a super. He grabbed a little bit more ammo. Still does not have a whole lot. I wouldn't really want to go into Batoon with this much. It's only 3 missiles of leeway there that he's got. He's probably going to go to the Aqueduct, grab a couple more... grab a little bit more ammo before, and possibly even save before entering the Batoon fight. Oh, bonking on the snail. Oh, man. Almost bonking on another one. Getting another super pack, though. That's what he wants to see. That's what he wants to see. And maybe another one? Nope. Missile pack. Oh, wait, he's going to grab it anyway. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. All right. All right, and so he's going to decide to continue to farm. as Alu is going to be making his way into Meridia now. With 3 bosses down to 2 and Charge Beam. And Ice now going to make his Turian much faster. Alucard is looking in good shape. Now, Alucard's still got some ways to go to make it out of Lower Norfair and into Meridia, whereas Herc is already pretty much all the way through here. Now, here's where not having charge might start to screw over Herc. Depending on... Now, he's got 35 supers. At this point, not having charge, he might decide to just forego looking for charge and grab a bunch of extra ammo. Maybe. I don't know. That's not what he's done before. That's not what we're used to seeing from him. He might continue to look for charge. Now, if he does, depending on how much of a gamble and how much risk he's willing to take, he could end up wasting a ton of time checking very out-of-the-way locations in Meridia. Spring Ball, Plasma, Meridia Reserve. Those will all take a long time for him to grab. Well, the Reserve, not so much. More just Spring Ball and Plasma. Alucard just taking his time, killing that first Key Hunter. Wanted to take it extra safe. Had tons of energy, didn't want to risk. Did not want to risk for the bisque there, for that little bit of extra time. Excuse me. Farming up more ammo. Got plenty there. Herc decides he wants to wait, farm up a little bit more before continuing on. Now, I say Alucard just goes, just straight on. Doesn't even check anything at this point. He knows he's in go mode. He knows he's good to go. He made a really good decision to go up to wreck ship first. Not that Herc's was bad, because it definitely paid off dividends. It's just, again, Herc's playstyle, it ended up hurting him in this seed. Now, this is actually going to be a little bit closer than it might seem. Herc is already a Dragon. Now, he still doesn't have charge. Depending, if Herc just goes straight to wreck ship, this is going to be very, very close. If Herc decides to continue to check more locations in Meridia for charge beam, it's going to give Alu the time that he needs to really solidify this and pull ahead. So it's just pretty much just we just gotta wait and see what Herc decides to do here. But Alucard just having charge, having this ammo, not needing to worry about farming, is already gaining huge amounts of time on Herc right now. As you can see, he's already going to be on his way to Batoon. And what do we got here? X-Ray. Not a whole lot else that we're missing here that these players could want. As a matter of fact, nothing. Nothing. Well, Screw Attack, maybe. We don't know where Screw Attack is. Twice. Cross twice. This game and last game. It's happened already. So here goes Batoon for Alu. So looks like Herc's he's gonna check Plasma. Alu deciding to save a couple of supers here. Take on Batoon with just the charge. It's going to take a while. Batoon's still got quite a bit of health, over half. Just about half now. Oh, wait. Oh, what the heck? Never mind. I was testing you all. Plasma is basically like infinitely stronger than Ice Beam. Ice Beam only adds 30 damage to a charge shot, 10 to the normal beam, whereas Plasma adds 30 times more. Or no, not 30. Yeah, 30. Alright, so we're going to see what Herc decides to do here. Alucard in Dragon right now. We're going to see, hopefully, some better Shine Sparks here. No, it can be tricky, though, especially in that last run when he didn't have high jump. It can be very, very hard to get. So, like, the fact that he actually did get 2 that were decently high on Dragon's head was pretty impressive, to be honest, with not having just this, like, the awful jump physics. But Herc deciding, all right, that's it. He's just going, oh, man, actually, oh, dude. This is okay. This is going to be very close. This is going to be very, very close. Herc is just going to get spit out right at Charge Beam. And then all he needs to do is just kill Phantoon and just go straight to Turian. But with Dragon just now down for Alu, oh man, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. It's going to be very, very close. Alu just needs to go. Like, he just needs to go right now. What are you doing? Oh yeah, I'm a stoop. Yeah, he needs to kill. He needs to kill Phantoon first, and then go back to charge. But still, however, it's gonna be close. Obviously, it's gonna be. You know what? Actually, I think that was a pretty large oversight I made just now. By the time Alu makes it to I think Alu's gonna come out ahead here. By the time he gets to the wreck ship, he's to like landing site. Herc's probably gonna be finishing up Phantoon. I mean, still though, very, very close. Herc is gonna find charge very shortly after. See. Herc is now getting his minor items. He knows he's in trouble if he doesn't find charge here pretty soon. He knows he's in trouble because he knows he has not checked. There's a number of places he hasn't checked. He hasn't checked grapple, or he hasn't checked X-ray. He hasn't checked spring ball. He didn't check the Meridia Reserve. So he knows if it's not here, bad things are happening. But we know charge is here. So we just got to see. Alucard making it up to landing site, so he's definitely in the lead here by a few minutes. The gap though between these two players definitely nowhere near as large as it was. Quick refill here from Alu, not a surprise. So with Alucard's ammunition here, he's got quite a bit. He's got quite a bit to kind of mitigate the amount of damage that's or lack thereof, rather, of his current beam combination. At 180 damage per shot, it's just not going to do a whole lot to Mother Brain. But thankfully, he's going to have quite a bit left over, though, to do damage to Mother Brain, so he's not going to be needing to do very many shots, comparatively, I guess, to Mother Brain. Herc is not manipulating Phantoon in the proper way that he wants to be for Dopplering, as I'm seeing him try. When you want to make sure that you jump as Phantoon goes off screen to manipulate him coming in on the ground, so you can just run along the ground and Doppler him. So we're going to see, hopefully here, a much faster Turian than we did see before from Alucard, as he does not have to powerbomb all of these Metroids to death. Alright, we got Math Guy crossing here, telling us exactly how many shots he's going to need to be doing with the ammo that he's going to have, so thank you, Cross. Saying that you're going to need 25 charge shots with the ammo that he has after Mother Brain 1, and then for each missed super missile is going to need an additional 2 charged wave charge shots on Mother Brain. Metroids are very kind to Alu. I mean, he went in with full ammo anyway, but yeah, I guess I grossly overestimated the closeness that this race was going to be. It seemed as if it was going to be very, very close with the decisions that Herc was making. There's that last reserve for Herc he found. Alu never found the final reserve as it was at grapple. And there's that rightward face, saving those frames there for Alu. And Herc, you're not. I mean, I know he's fine because he's gonna go grab charge right now, but I just don't agree with the fact that he's not. He might just think like he's too far. He's too committed to not getting charged. It's just like it doesn't even matter whether or not he picks up other miners or not. It's probably what he's thinking. But Herc is about to be in go mode, and then he's going to join Alu in Turian. And here comes Alu looking like he's going to do his Zeb skip. And makes it through first try. Very, very nice. Textbook Zeb skip right there as Herc picked up his charge. So here he comes. Here he comes. Alu trying to save as much ammo as he can. So yeah, he's going to have quite a bit. Only about just a little more than 6,000 damage to do with charge shots with the ammo that he has. And we should see Alucard save. Yeah, he's going to save about 15. So as soon as Mother Brain enters the catch-up phase, that's when he knows that she's got, or no, 4,500. Excuse me. I don't know. 6,000 was incorrect. 4,500 is what I meant to say. She'll have 4,500 health remaining when she starts the catch-up phase, and that's exactly 15 damage worth of super missiles. So that's why you see him saving them right now, because just to get through the catch-up phase as fast as quickly as possible, you can just use the supers as really high damage per second, and that fight really quick. We didn't see Alu save them in the last race. And there's the catch-up, so now he's going to use those last couple of supers, maybe like one other charge shot or two. Oh, nope, that's it. Mother Brain 2 down for Alucard. Yeah, it is possible for Mother Brain actually to kill you after hitting you with a Rainbow Beam if you have more than 400 health. If she hits you with that first Rainbow Beam, she'll continue to hit you with some attacks to take you down beneath 100, and it's possible for her to give you attacks and combo them in such a way that she can actually kill you, which is pretty unfortunate when that happens. But it's not very common. And there goes the baby thump. Gonna get some baby thumps in the chat. As Alucard going to be just blasting his way through Mother Brain 3, Herc entering Metroids 4. Deciding to just chill back in the corner, generating a bunch of lag, but usually all your shots are going to hit Mother Brain. Down she goes. It's up to Alu now to finish strong here. But he still has one gamble left to make. Will he or will he not save the animals? Herc going for a Metroid skip, unfortunately. Not getting very far with that. And not facing right either. Oh, man. It's alright, though. Sometimes it happens. And it's okay. Alucard wraps this up. We are looking at Herc. We turn our gaze to Herc here as he killing this Ghidorah, making his way into Mother Brain. Skipping the Zeb in just a second here as we see Alu hitting the ship, hitting the dot done, getting the 1 minute 30 second and 1 hour 3 minute and 41 second official race time in SRL, clean sweeping this round 1 best of 3 versus HerculesBenchpress with a 2-0 victory. Congratulations to Alucard2004. Let's just take a look here and see what that means for him coming up in the brackets. There is another race that he's going to go up into the round 2. against the winner of the Feral 5X and Zarby 89 match, which, as of now, is not scheduled. But if you are interested in keeping track and seeing where Alucard goes and how he ends up in this tournament, be sure to keep eyes on that Feral versus Zarby match. He will be going up against the winner of those two players. Sephi, that's a Metroid on what? What is that Metroid is on in that emote? I can't tell. But congratulations again to Alucard2004. Will be advancing on. Oh, it is a heart with 2 hearts on the side. Oh, that's cool. That's cute. I like it. Yeah, that Ridley fight though. Freaking out. But let's send Herc all of our energy as he wraps up this race, finishing out this match. Herc is not out of the tournament yet. This is a double elimination tournament, so he will still continue. If you are a fan of Hercules Bench Press, he will be going up against Nice Rosfer in the losers bracket. So keep an eye out for that. If you are a fan of Herc, want to keep cheering him on, grab your pom-poms and see him in the losers bracket versus Nice Rosfer. Let's give a hearty deer force there for Alu. The alternative winners bracket, the consolation bracket. Non-winning bracket. I like my idea, consolation bracket. I like it because it's my idea. That's how I do things. Just by the way. The what? Awesome Matt has manatee emotes? What the? Gotta get me some of those. Why did you not tell me? Booby bracket. Somehow I feel like that's not gonna fly. I love manatees, dude. And Herc, not saving the animals, quote unquote, saving the animals this time, but finishing out strong with an official SRL race time of 1 minute. God, I do that every time! 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 14 seconds. So congratulations to both of these players, especially to Alucard2004, moving on to the next stage of the tournament into round 2, where again he will be facing the winner of Zarbi versus Feral. But finishing out strong with an official. But I'm going to see if either of these players would like to jump in. We can have a little chat with them before we sign off here. Neither of which are responding. So, yeah. Good stuff, man. Well, let's continue to let the credits roll. For those of you who are wondering about the brackets, Mr. Peanut just put the relevant links for this tournament in chat there, as Nightbot posted. There, the first link there is the link to the challenge page where you can see the tournament brackets there if you're interested in that. And the schedule, I highly recommend clicking on that schedule, bookmarking it, saving it, so you can see all instances of the of any race coming up for this tournament at all. And I recommend watching as many as you possibly can, because it's just super awesome. But it looks like both of these players are going to jump in for an interview, so I'm going to pull them in right now.
And that was one
48
like
health and Ridley. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh,
Yo.
that sounds awful.
Hello to the both of you.
Hey, what's up, Wild?
Oh, I can't hear you. Well, that's a thing. Hang on.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh, Discord glitch. What was my item percentage? The high 20s.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
GG to both of you guys. Very, very excellent. Very interesting race there for quite a bit of it. In this game too, especially with the both of you choosing different routes. Alu to go up to Wreckship first, and Herc going down to Norfair. Could have. I said it a lot in the stream that I feel like your playstyle, Herc, hurts you a lot in this game too, especially in that you don't collect a whole lot of minor items. And not that that's a bad way to go. Just in this particular seed, should you, or if you had grabbed a few more, I feel like it would have paid off a lot more, especially getting both of those suits really early on.
Honestly, I kind of feel the same way after a while. Once I wasn't seeing charge, I was like, oh, I need to start getting supers now in the event that I don't find this, or else I'm going to have a very bad time. But I like to collect out a lot of items just because it seems to waste a lot of time with all the fanfare and whatnot.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, yeah, there's arguments for both sides, you know. And I think this is just a seed where it hurt to with the route that you took to have that playstyle, and there are seeds where it hurts to have that playstyle of collect a bunch of minor items just in case you don't get charged, you know. So it's all part of the randomizer experience. It's all part of the gambling, you know. So but again though, it kept it really interesting, wondering, were you going to continue, because at you know, after you had decided to go down, because you were quite far ahead of Alu heading into Red Tower by at least maybe like 2 minutes or something, but it was It was quite a large amount of time, and so it was interesting because then we were like, oh, so what's Alu going to do? Is he going to go direct ship or go down? You know, and obviously we want to see him take a different route. It'll make it more interesting. But then when he found charge in wreck ship, it's like, well, so what's Herc going to decide to do then? Because we know what his play style is, just check the major item locations, and if he could, like, how much of a gamble he's going to take in Meridia, because he's going to hit up Meridia before going to wreck ship. How many items is he going to check in Meridia? You know, like what's the play? So it was really, really interesting to see. And then just seeing Alu, your decisions to just like cut back a little bit on your item collection after you hit go mode, you know, checking just a couple of major item locations to see maybe you would have gotten another beam to help you out just with the damage output a little bit, but you know, deciding to go into that Ridley fight with just wave and farming up just a couple of supers. Oh. Yeah, well, charge and wave, yeah, and just farming up a bit of supers. That fight, though, what do you have to say about that?
All planned. No, living with 48 health feels amazing, man, I guess. I thought I was, like, really close to done for. Like, I was like, I just have to gamble that he's gonna pick me up at this point. I don't know the calculation for the damage. Right now, I've missed a couple supers, and I've missed some of my charge shots. I wasn't counting. I was just like, alright, I'm either dead or he's picking me up. And fortunately, he picked me up, and it was a really awful fight, and I probably should have just farmed more supers right before that, and it would have gone a lot smoother.
I have to say, your decision to use power bombs in the end was not good. The reason for that is it makes him move unpredictably, and he typically likes to swoop towards you or just away from the power bomb explosion, and you don't really know what he's going to do. And with such little health, I feel like, you know, with you sort of know Ridley's patterns and you can kind of predict it, but then if you throw power bombs in the mix, you don't really know. And so I feel like it might have been a better decision to just hit him with a couple more charge shots and then just hope and avoid that damage. But I mean, you know, regardless, you still made it through in the end, so like you still survived, so it worked, obviously.
It was really clutch.
It was really close. I was freaking out. I'll just say that. I was freaking out.
I can't remember if it was my the first seed or this one where I'm pretty sure the last two power bombs are what killed Ridley for me. It was one of those. That was
the
I think it was the first one.
Yes.
I have a high jump
yes.
for.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, like the
really
entire time I was like, if charge is at Fantoon and if Alu went Fantoon first and has charge, I was just like, I'm screwed. I'm like, there's no way that me going through all these bosses without charge beam is gonna make up any time, regardless of how ahead I am at any point. So it's like, once he had charge, it was pretty much over for me, I think, at that point.
Yeah, well, that, and combined with the fact that because of your lack of charge and your lack of minor items, you needed to do a lot of farming, which definitely, like, before Ridley and before Batoon were the two times, and a little bit before Dragon, but those two in particular ate up a ton of your time, really allowing Alucard to gain a bunch of time on you. In this last race, yeah. But
yeah.
So Herc, I want to know, so based on these matches here, and you know how these went, what's your plan for going on? You're not out of it yet. You're going on to face a player called Nice Rossver, who I have never heard of. I don't know anything about them, but that's your opponent. That's your opponent in the losers bracket. So do you have any plans on going forward for that? And I'm gonna ask Alu the same thing in a second here, but
I mean, my time has been pretty consistent, so I don't think I really need to change anything. I'm finishing around an hour 10 minutes anyway, so I mean, I know the game fairly well and pretty decently, that I think that I should be okay.
All right, yeah, cool. And so, Alu, you're going to go up against the winner of Feral versus Zarby. So that's that's not gonna either way that goes. That's not gonna be a free match by any means.
Say hi to Feral for me.
So what are you gonna do for that?
Get destroyed. But other than that,
Please.
probably just have to make some big gambles or something against these guys because they're some strong opponents for sure. I mean, I was thinking about gambling against Herc, but I was like, I gave myself one rule in this match, and I decided to stick to my guns. It's like, if I find Speed Booster, which generally I guess you do tend to find Speed Booster before Wreck Ship, I'm just gonna do Wreck Ship. Like that was my plan going into this match, and I guess it worked out. It definitely worked out at Game 1. Jeez. Yes,
that definitely was the play in Game 1 for sure. And the interesting thing about Game 1 was, like, both of you pretty much had the same route for the entirety of the race. It's just Alu was looking for a few more minor items, and Herc was going and grabbing a few more majors, and so it kind of came down to, you know, that time, you know, didn't quite even itself out. And then it was more of like an execution kind of thing too. Obviously, with a death at Fantoon as well, didn't quite help the situation. But
yeah, that one was actually really tough. I have a feeling that was the reason why that first one wasn't as close as it was, because of that death. It ate up about what, like 4 to 6 minutes.
Yeah, it sounded like we were like synced up at Fantoon, and it was really.
You literally entered, like, I think Herc was maybe like 5 to 10 frames ahead of you going into the Fantoon door. Like, it was.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then you guys both got the same pattern. You both got a slow opener, so it was synced for basically the first until round 2, pretty much. So it was really cool.
Damn,
you both shot him so many times that he just disappeared right away after round 1. So round 2 was synced up as well. So that was really interesting. But overall, really awesome races, you guys. GG again to Alucard. Again, moving on into round 2, and Hercules again. He's still not out of it. So if you're a fan of Herc, be sure to watch for that match in his losers bracket match. And that's all for us tonight. Unfortunately, no more races of Super Metroid or otherwise, but please be sure to check the Speed Gaming schedule. Has all of the different races for all the events going on this channel, on that page. If you just type !schedule, that can come up. !SM, which has been done in the chat a couple of times here, will show you again the challenge page and the scheduling for just Super Metroid. So please make sure to check all that stuff out. And that's about it. I was Wild Anaconda 69. Thank you for letting me take you guys along on this journey. Make sure to follow the runners, Alucard2004 and HerculesBenchpress. Their Twitch names, I believe, are exactly the same as they are appearing on screen, so make sure to go follow those guys. All right, and with that, I'll see you guys next mission.
Nice. Bye, everybody.
See you guys. Thanks for commentating, Wild, and thanks, Feasel, for setting this up last minute. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go have dinner now. Have a good one. Good races, Alu.
Yeah, GG, Herc.